Okay, we we are live. Thank you for everyone for your patience, and welcome back to the Roll Plus Bond third anniversary stream. We are raising funds for Black and Pink National, which is a prison abolitionist organization dedicated to abolishing the criminal punishment system and liberating LGBTQI A2S plus people and people living with HIV/AIDS who are affected by that system through advocacy support. Organizing, if you want to donate, we have tiltify.com/ at roll plus bond / roll plus bond third anniversary. I will be your facilitator, Taya, she, they, he pronouns, running a game of Anomaly. And everyone introduce yourselves in guess Discord order might be best. So that means Adam first.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Adam. I use he/him pronouns. This is my first Roll Plus Bond anniversary stream, and it has been an absolute blast so far. And I'm excited to be getting spooky.
I am ClayMayhem, or Mark. Use he/him pronouns, and I am also very excited to get spooky and anomalous.
Hi, I'm Halceon, he, they. You can find the games that I make over at halceon.itch.io. You can find the tweets that I don't make on Halceon on Twitter. And please, for the love of horror, do not find the Let's Plays that I used to do 10 years ago. Also, fuck Putin and Lukashenko in particular. Let's get the show on the road.
And I'm Jamie. I'm her pronouns. You can find me on Twitter at TheraBlastGames, and you can check out the games that I make at therapeuticblasphemygames.itch.io.
Okay, let me just. I just realized I need to grab the PDF for Anomaly so I can read it. And I assume everyone has that ready. Should I read the little summary? You know what Anomaly is. So yeah, here we go.
The viewers at home.
Yeah, for the viewers at home, exactly. What is Anomaly? Anomaly is a tabletop role-playing game about a team of researchers investigating a supernatural anomaly. Key media touchstones for the genre are the SCP Foundation, the Magnus Archives, Warehouse 13, Control, Men in Black, and The Concern from Friends at the Table. From a game design perspective, much of the inspiration comes from Avery Alder's game The Quiet Year. So basically, horror stuff, but well, yeah, they already listed all the influences and everything, and I do believe that the game was played for the first anniversary stream, and it was even facilitated by the creator. So we have a good reference there for what we have, what we can do, and that does remind me I need to just need to set something up here real quick, which is second. Yeah, like the organ. So basically, just writing down. I don't have the time to set this up. Um, text here the organization and the. Can just tell me if can. Hold on. Oh, weird. Sorry. Can just tell me if they're seeing the text that I'm setting up today. Hopefully, everyone can edit that. And I will edit that for you. Wow. I hate the text alignment in this in Roll20.
It's not great.
Not great.
If you take off the grid, it's actually easier.
Wait, how do you take off the grid?
Okay, so at the top where you have the drop down box
Yeah.
with pages, you can edit the settings for this page and say no grid, please.
Oh. Well, once again, we'll take care of that in a bit. Wait, what did I just? Sorry. Oh, god damn it. Well, organization, the setting, and obviously the anomaly. But okay. Maybe we should have used Google Docs, but too late for that. But okay, so obviously starting the game. So the story of each game of Anomaly will be different. There are a few features that will remain constant. There will be a supernatural anomaly, an organization that is aiming to study the anomaly, a team of researchers and operatives sent to the anomaly for this task, a community of people living supposedly unaware of the anomaly's presence. Anomaly's presence in the area and the location the whole thing takes place in. Before the game starts, it is best to discuss these aspects and what they will look like so everyone is on something of the same page as to what type of story is aiming to be told. At the same time, a large part of the game is learning more about these things, so don't get into too much detail. Think about giving a broad genre for these things, so like the organization could be a shady experimental task force, secret society, a cult, a cyberpunk corporation, etc., and the anomaly could be a building with strange properties, a cursed machine, a piece of super advanced technology, a broken piece of reality, a strange creature. Setting could be farming village, a bustling simulatory compound, basically any kind of setting, a suburban neighborhood even. So yeah, we kind of agreed on the tone beforehand, but are there any like particular ideas that jump out at you with the tone we've set, which is kind of like a more serious, should I say, yeah, more serious SCP control style setting?
I am always quite partial to agencies that work at a lower level than like governmental.
Oh yeah,
Something like,
Huh.
the local city special cases investigation agency, or the tri-state area special investigations agency.
The forensics team of the local sheriff. Okay.
Are we in the States?
We don't have to be.
Nope.
yeah. We don't have to be. We could be anywhere, but we should probably.
How about Germany?
We could be. We're German. We're in fucking Bavaria. We're all wearing lederhosen. God,
Oh no.
no.
Uh,
And
I'm game for Germany as the setting. But all I know about Germany I got from watching Dark. So that is to say, I don't know much about Germany.
hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
Um,
you're in good company.
oh, Okay, so that's where I'm trying to think of. Oh God, we could be like some kind of like tiny village next to the Black Forest or something.
Ooh,
Lots of creepy
Oh,
crawlies going around there.
ooh, I like that.
Yeah,
Schwarzwald. Yes.
yeah. Hold on. Let me Google how that's spelled.
Currently Googling German local government.
German local government. Thank you to whoever wrote that down. Oh God. Hold on.
Oh, it was close. Whoa, what's this fancy font?
I don't know.
Oh my god, it's glorious. Oh,
Yeah,
well.
sorry. I can edit this, but for some reason it will not let me. Okay, now it's letting me make the. No, it's not. It will not let me make the text bigger.
Huh, weird. Also, we can't edit your texts
Oh no.
because mark your bingo squares. Roll20 is being weird.
Roll20 is being weird.
Ooh,
Is
I
it?
have that on mine.
Yeah, where's my bingo? Oh, there it is.
Roll20's
Yay. Yay. Exclamation mark bingo if you want to join us to play bingo in the chat.
cool font. Now we're taking. Hold on. Okay, so we kind of decided on a setting, like what kind of So yeah, we said like a lower level organization, but I'm trying to think like what kind of lower level organization is it? People who might actually have a lot of authority, or is it just kind of like how do
I
I?
like the idea of like people who have a lot of authority, but in a very small geographic region.
Say authority in a very small geographic region? That would be
Stuff like we can't go
weird tribes.
for supplies into the third village over because that one's across the line.
Yeah.
Are we are we like police or police adjacent, or are we something else?
Thank you, Halceon.
Schwardens.
Schwardens.
I don't know.
I like forest wardens. Forest wardens
Yeah.
is cool.
Yeah, like maybe the top level authority we're under is the environmental agency. Actually, let me just Google how that's called in Germany, if they have one. No, it's just called the German Environment Agency.
German environment.
Yeah.
Okay, but the key question is, what is the anomaly then? The tree. Oh wait, I just realized we were in the chat. We were still talking about the names for the group. So it's like, what is the three barkers? Is an anomaly?
What if it's a spot in the forest where all technology just stops working?
Okay, all technology stops work. Ooh, I like.
I like it. And let me add a thing. Technology, a lot of things are technology. And it doesn't stop like, oh, your digital watch doesn't work or your mechanical watch. No, your knife doesn't work.
Okay.
Language is also a technology.
Yeah.
Language is also a technology. Metal Gear Solid 5. No, actually, I think it's different in that game, but it was very funny to me. So.
Umweltbundesamt. Okay. Hmm.
Yeah, we're just moving text. Okay.
Hallo? Schönes Wetter heute, nicht wahr?
Yep. Well, that was a bit longer than.
What would it mean if language stopped working? Like, does it mean you just can't speak intelligibly, or?
I want to say yeah, because that makes a bit of sense. Because in some ways, there are things that when people do, we call it technology, but when animals do it, we don't. And probably, probably stuff that is animal level should be working.
Yeah.
Unless
Yeah.
we have a spot in the forest where even the birds can communicate.
Okay. I think we have a pretty decent setup. Just this. Okay. Wow, that's a lot of text, I just realized, but whatever. Okay. So now we're doing the action draft. Once the basics are decided, take turns taking one of each action type in the chart below. This further helps define the game's starting scenario. Projects created during this phase do not advance till normal gameplay has commenced. Once this is finished, the regular cycle of the game begins. So, we've got we've got the pentacles, which introduce a character, swords, which secure a date or something, cups, acquire or lose something, wands, add a fact about something, major arcana, which is an anomalous action. We also have start a project and team meeting, which you can do regardless of the hand you draw.
Yeah.
So, who wants to go first? And then we'll kind of go in Discord order from there.
I think you should lead,
Yeah, that's
facilitator.
most reasonable, obviously. But yes, I was just wondering if anyone thought of something immediately. But okay. Let's see here. I think the most reasonable thing here might be to start a project, which is, I think they're gonna go to like the edge of the anomaly and try to like set up various ways of recording activity, and we'll see if it manages to work at all. Kind of like we'll
This
be
is the
keeping this in any possible way. If the, if worst comes to shove, just look with your eyes and write it down right at the edge. Don't go near any. Just stay there, and we'll see what happens. And I think that's gonna be about let's see. I think 3 is a reasonable turn number for this. So let's just number for this. Okay, I think I here, and that is my action for now.
Cool. So, going back to the top to me.
Yeah.
All right. I would like to add a fact. And my fact is that sometimes when you take technology into the sometimes when you take technology into this zone and then take it out again, the technology now does something different. And the specific thing that has happened, I think, is that someone said a knife doesn't work. They took it out, and now that knife is a spoon.
oh, that's extremely good.
Um, and I think only this person knows about this so far.
Oh, they've hidden this fact?
Yeah, I think it's like a very. I'm almost like thinking it's a child, like a child went in with like
Oh,
with like a knife, and now their knife is a spoon. And they're like very excited, and yeah, they're the
yeah.
only one who's observed this phenomenon so far.
Okay.
It's probably less keeping you secret and more like, can kid, where did your pocket knife go? No, knives don't turn into spoons. Where did you lose it?
Pocket spoon.
Dad would be
Okay.
so cross if he finds out I lost his knife, but what about this 6 spoon I got?
That's not a knife. Literally playing knifey spoony. Sure.
Okay. Then it's me, I think. I think in observing the anomaly, the team loses something, and it's direction. They can't find their way out of the forest again.
Oh no. I think I am going to introduce a character. This will be the public communications person. She, her, and her name is Get the Hopscotch.
Yes!
Who's been doing, public outreach. Hey, there's probably keeping it sort of down low. There's a area with suspected sort of chemical pollution. Please avoid going. Blah blah blah. Right, doing that part.
Okay.
And I would just like to say, bingo.
Hey, congrats.
Okay. I take it it's my turn then?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I like an idea that I saw in chat, so I'm going to add it, make it official. I think that any technology that's brought into this spot in the forest, I think it retains some aspect of the technology that's brought in. So, for example, if you bring a cell phone into this spot, you will just hear like the echo of a phone ringing. Or in the case of the knife that turned into a spoon, I think there's like one tree branch that is that bears a striking resemblance to this pocket knife.
Ooh.
Noise.
Oh god, I just realized what the noise was.
Yeah.
Yeah, my place is very windy at certain times of year, and this is one of those times.
It was an ominous wind.
Yeah. Like I said, I'll try to take care of the headphones issue when we're on break.
Okay. Windy.
It fucking windy. Okay, so that's the first cycle then, which means action draft is done.
Hmm.
Yeah. So, playing the game. Anomaly doesn't have any player characters. When playing the game, you primarily represent the perspective of the team. They're the central characters of the story, but also feel free to bring in the perspectives of the organization, the community, the anomaly, or anything else that comes up. At the start of the game, very little about the situation you're in will be known. Because of this, you have extreme freedom in early turns. Don't hesitate to say something big about the state of the world, the nature of the anomaly, or anything else in these early turns. Making big decisions quickly will give the other players more to build on. The game operates in turns during which a single player makes decisions and describes their thought process. While thinking of and coming up with something fun and cool is important, don't second guess yourself. There'll be plenty of time to build on ideas in future turns, and the game will drag if every decision takes several minutes. During a player's turn, they do three things: resolve a card, advance projects, take an action. So, resolving a card. At the start of each player's turn, they draw a card from a deck of tarot decks. Each card has questions associated with it. If there are two questions, the player answers one of them their choice, and the other is ignored. Note that the availability of something as an action does not suggest you shouldn't be doing these things as part of answering questions. So, like if the answer to a question is or something, that is normal. If you have an idea for a character as part of the answer to a question, define that character. Is there no need to wait and introduce a character action? The actions exist to add additional details and to give a chance to use ideas, not to be the sole source of your characters or objects. Project. Advance all project dice by 1, narrating the results of any projects that tick down to 0. See projects for more detail. Taking an action. After advancing projects, the player then takes an action. On any turn, a player may start a project, hold a team meeting, or take an action based on the suit of card they drew. Okay, so first card to be drawn. Let's see what we got here. Wheel of Fortune, already with a major arcana. Okay.
Oh no.
This is gonna be interesting. Wheel of Fortune. The anomaly baffles all predictions. Roll all project dice. If there are no projects, everyone at the table starts a project.
That'd be chaotic.
Well,
This is a really fun card to pull later in the game.
Uh-huh.
yeah, now it's here. Well,
Now it's here.
let's see here. Um, I guess roll project dice means that the anomaly ticks up, I think, or ticks down. Yeah.
Normally what you would do is take a d6 and put it on the number that is the number of steps it takes and keep counting down.
Yeah.
Which means that the project observer, the anomaly, can actually go up to 6 now that we reroll.
Yeah, okay, hold on. Then I know what I'm. Let's do a very. I think Google. Oh, no, wait. Since we're already in roll 20, I'm gonna roll. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Roll 1d6. Why? Oh, hold on. Ugh. I'm so used to all these different dice that. I guess it's going to 6, which means now it's a 6-step thing. Epic. I'm trying to think of what it would do that would force this thing to become a 6-step project. And I think it's like I can imagine it becoming it like reacts even when it's at the edge, even whatever they do, even if they look like by the time they come back, or like if they look and write things down, it's like whatever they wrote down is gibberish. They can't remember what it looked like. Nothing is working for now. It's like it knows when someone. It's not just like technology, like it knows when someone is trying to do anything. Yeah, the camera observers. Yeah, okay. And after that, I guess we still advance the thing, except it doesn't do much.
All progress is progress.
Yeah.
It's progress, and then let's see. So that's a major arcana, which kind of already did an anomalous action, but I don't want to start another project. Is the problem? I guess I think I could do another anomalous action. I think that's just more interesting than current. But trying to think what that would be. Or actually, no. I'm gonna do a team meeting anyways. So let's see here.
Team meeting.
Yeah, hold on. Okay, yeah, the team discusses something. Pose a question from the point of view of someone in the team, or a statement/order from someone in the organization. Each person responds, representing the perspective of another part of the team or organization, ending again with the person who posed the question. I think the question here is like, is this thing actively malicious? Or are we just assholes who keep pricking at it? Like, it's mine, you know what I mean? It's like just minding its own business, and we're like, oh, you can change technology, you can do this and that. You know what I mean? I think that's kind of the key question for now.
I would like to respond. There's someone in there.
Yeah.
I like a question. I don't think we have enough information recorded whether or not this thing is capable of having an intention.
Hmm. You mean that out of character?
Hmm?
Did you mean that like out of character or in character? Is the
In
thing?
character. In character.
Okay.
Yeah, Hoffman here. I think we are fully within our rights to keep investigating. But I think the bigger threat is information about something with extreme potential for change getting out uncontrolled.
A character, I think a twitchy someone on the team who's looking like noticeably twitchy speaks up and says, I heard ringing in the space, and now I cannot stop hearing it. There is now always a phone ringing. This place may not be malicious, but it can do harm.
Okay.
I acknowledge the question poser's worry. I think it's important going forward that we do keep any sentience in mind.
Yeah. Adam, have you answered?
Oh, sorry. Did I? I think that
Yeah, you
was.
did.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, my bad. And I guess the question is, like, whenever it's like, I'm thinking like someone was like, I don't have a lot of experience here, but I've watched a lot of movies, and I know messing with things beyond your understanding doesn't always go how you think it's gonna go. And I'm gonna just move this little card here.
I think there's an older woman who pipes up at the last moment.
Yeah.
Yes.
Her name is Hilda Frosch. And she says, I would like to speak to it.
Fun. Hold up. Yeah. I like that. Next turn, I believe. Can you draw a card, or is there something bug there?
No,
Just
I've got it.
okay.
It's yeah. So I am unfamiliar with tarot. Which is this?
Hold on. That
Word.
I believe. Hold on.
I
That's
have no idea.
That's a 9 of
I
wands,
have a
isn't it?
reference here. I just need to.
Yes, zooming in.
That's definitely a 9. Let me just see. I don't think that's a 9 of.
Yep, that's the 9.
It says
Not
IX, so I assume 9.
Yeah.
Yep,
No, not
that's
9
the
of.
9 of wands.
Yeah, 9 of wands. Just kind of through
Okay.
process of elimination.
The team discovers a valuable practical use of the anomaly. What is it, and what does the organization want to use it for? The team finds something that will help contain the anomaly. Who discovers it? I would like a valuable practical use. And I think things. Oh, I think someone. Jamie, that the knife tree that you talked about. Someone like someone goes in and like takes a clipping of that and brings it out, and now it's just and they're able to like just replant it outside of the zone, and now it's just a tree that like makes knives naturally. And the valuable practical use is that the aspects of the anomaly that sort of take on technology and maybe blend technology with more natural with like aspects of nature work outside of the anomaly. And it's like, oh wow, we could start potentially growing technology.
I have a question.
Mhm.
Um, how does this person take a clipping? Do they tear it off?
I think I'm gonna I almost want to retcon that slightly and say it's like they find because taking a clipping would take ages to grow, so I think they just genuinely like they find like a knife plant and
Oh, a seedling.
yeah, or it's like or it's like scrub, or it's like a
Mm.
and then they are able to like take that out, like they're able to like replant it, or even just like grab it from the edge of the anomaly and just take it out and then quickly replant it so that's it's still alive.
Okay.
And then I get to so I did one, so I could add a fact about something, or I could start a project or hold a team meeting. And I would like to start a project, and the project is this person who is hearing a mobile phone, who is still hearing a mobile phone ring in I think four turns. Someone is going to pick up.
Yay.
Okay.
And yes, advanced project. So the anomaly one, whoever owns that text box.
Yeah, I cannot access it.
Should be advanced.
Oh yeah, I can advance my project at least, given that it's that part of the trip.
No, because that was created after the advancing, so I assume it's just the
Oh yeah,
observe the
the project
anomaly.
is created now. I don't think so.
Advance some. Oh boy.
Okay.
Okay. Is it me then?
It is you we're looking for.
Okay, I will draw a card. And this is some stars and a person touching kneeling people. It's 6. That much I know.
Pentacles.
Okay.
Thank you.
I don't know if I have to roll. 6 of Pentacles. Good. That is either what's the weather like in the area? How does this affect the team's research? Or what unusual local phenomenon first brought the area to the organization's attention? I think much like you have these sort of curving rivers that sort of grow in rain season. The Schwarzwald, the Black Forest, also seasonally grows larger and then contracts again. So I think that's what first brought the area to the organization's attention.
It's just advance project. Whoever made the. Okay, I can advance this one too. Okay. Cool. And now pick an action.
Find there we go. Yeah. Yes, an action. Boo, 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 boo. Okay, and I did Pentacles, so I could have introduced a character. I think okay. Does the character have to be from the team?
No.
You can
Okay.
basically be anyone.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay. I think you start to see this seedling grow with increased speed, and it grows into this middle-aged man who has been missing from the area for some time. Grows and with clothes on and everything, and then exits the little glade as though nothing had happened, and attempts to just walk back to the neighboring town village thing. His name is Rede. Yes. But I assume maybe the team kind of stops him and tries to question him. But that is not for me to decide. I have introduced the character.
Cool. Bam! It's the devil.
It's the frickin' devil.
That seems bad.
Well, see.
Usually not very. Okay, so
I don't know. He seems like a nice guy.
as we all know, a team is lost in the anomaly. We have, people. I want to say, probably most of them eventually make their way out. But the devil. The anomaly ensnares a member of the team. Their death is assured, but they manage to leave a cryptic clue to save others. What is their warning? What form does it take?
Yeah.
So, I think I think the missing team sort of at some point they get separated, and they walk out of the area one by one, different directions, eventually find their way back to civilization, except one. I don't think it's any of the characters we've introduced. So I'm gonna say it's Rüdiger Speer. I'm gonna write that down once I have the space to Google U. I don't have that on my keyboard. But yeah. At first people are like, yes, thank you. At first people are like, well, still missing. Like a few days go by, and went and prepared, might still be okay. But considered missing for now. And eventually people go in and find a fully sort of bleached skeleton, and but still wearing the environmental agency uniform, except the entire uniform is worn outside in, inside out.
Great.
That's a cryptic clue?
And that's the cryptic clue to save others.
Okay, interesting. Bethesda environmental storytelling.
A little.
I
Don't
don't
give
mean
up, skeleton.
it's just genuinely skeletons are just inherently funny. You know what I mean? But yeah, I actually like that a lot. Hold on, let's just tick up the projects. Okay, action time.
Just a moment. Right. Project, team meeting, or anomalous action. I mean, usually I'd be like, the major arcana comes out so rarely, you take your anomalous actions when you can, but apparently it's coming up very commonly, so I'm going to start a project.
Yay.
And this project is going to be Hoffman, who I mentioned previously, and they will a private project to experiment with. Okay, so can I reliably, bring in the same kind of object, see if the same kind of stuff comes out? Can I use this as a waste disposal? Bringing stuff that doesn't decompose and maybe get something that's more recyclable.
Gotta think about the environment.
So I'm gonna say that's a 4-step project called Exploit the Changes.
take long.
Interesting. Jamie, I believe it is your turn.
All right. And I believe that is the hermit. Let me zoom in, make sure. Yeah, that's the hermit.
No, that's the Five of Cups.
Yeah, that's the 5
Oh, is
cups.
it?
The
Oh,
little V.
Major Arcana is all
Oh,
colorful.
there are cups. Okay,
Yeah,
I
that
hadn't
too.
zoomed in.
Yeah,
I hadn't zoomed in.
I got the regular stuff from one source, and then for the major arcana, I had to use Wikipedia.
Okay, I
Yeah.
see. All right.
If it's black and white,
So
it's a normal thing, essentially.
okay, good to know.
Ooh, you got a good
Okay,
prompt.
let's see. Five of Cups. Either a project fails and the organization demands answers, who takes the blame and what really happened, or the organization pulls critical support, what does the team no longer have the resources to do? Hmm. Um, I think, hmm. Okay, I want to check in before I do this. Adam, it won't hurt your feelings if I cancel that trying to answer the phone project, will it?
No, not at all. What?
Okay,
Yeah.
so
What
here's what
happens
I'm
to it?
thinking. Because what I'm thinking is, I think, uh, I think the State Environment Agency gets basically uh, word that they want to treat the spot as a threat. Leaning into what we said earlier about, I think it was Hoffman who suggested that, like, maybe this thing is a threat, and they don't really want us to like try talking to it. They want to know how dangerous it is. Um, and so any, I think the project about trying to communicate or try to answer this call is seen as a waste of time.
Oh, so just to clarify, Gunter is not going to answer the phone. It's that something is going to answer the call that Gunter can't help but hear.
Okay, okay, I see.
Hmm.
Okay, okay. Hmm.
But I'd still be happy with like the phone call stops and the organization demands the call stops without an answer and the organization demands why. But uh, yeah.
Or maybe just poor Gunther is taken in for observation.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's that uh uh Herrstrom is taken out of our hands, and the team is left wondering, you know, why why uh why this is happening to us, because uh we don't, we didn't even get any answers, and the government just says, well, we didn't take him.
Ooh. Yeah.
Interesting.
Mm.
Pretty sus.
Okay. Um, Time to.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I need to. Uh,
Yeah, I've updated the project.
okay.
I know they're not clocks, but I'm gonna call them clocks because that's just
They are clocks.
they are clocks.
They are.
Hmm.
And I think so. To do something, acquire or lose something is the pentacles. Or sorry, cups, not pentacles. For cups, acquire or lose something. I think we just acquired a new threat. I think the fact that there is someone that we don't know that is, you know, taking clues away from us, I think that's a threat in the broadest sense of the word threat.
We have acquired a rival.
We love a
Yeah,
threat.
that's a good. There you go. We've acquired a rival, is what it is. I love it. I'll add that to the thingamabob.
Okay. I think I'm gonna do my turn, and then if it's okay with everyone, take just like a 5-minute break after that, because then it'll be like an hour.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Okay,
Sounds
so
good.
for Act 1 end, I guess, we are getting. Uh,
A lot of swords.
Hold on, did something pull out or?
7 of swords.
Yeah, it's wait, that's an 8 of swords.
And it's also
I pulled it
okay, it's
out.
fine.
I
That
pulled
was
it out.
weird.
It was stuck on the deck for a moment.
That
Oh,
was
that's free. Oh, okay. It's so squished together, the writing.
yeah, that's an 8 of swords.
Yeah.
Okay, so each
Oh, this is thematic.
someone challenges the organization's authority, causing conflict. What's making them go against their superiors? Or the organization pulls an important member of the team to the headquarters. How does the team handle this sudden departure? I think it's someone challenging the organization's authority and causing conflict. I think this is a new character. Her name is. I'm actually going to reuse a character name from like a 2-year-old fiasco one shot I played with friends
Lovely.
because it was also German. So I'm like,
Yeah.
there. Yeah, that's Marta Fischer. She, her. I think she's a relatively. Hold on. I'm just typing things out. I think like Marta Fisher goes against the will of the organization. I think what's making her go against her superiors is pretty simple. I think it's kind of, I think in general, just kind of like inaction, lots of things happening, and I think her whole deal is, oh, they don't know what's going on the ground. They think they can just, just sit around in their bureaucratic nonsense. Well, I say no. I'm definitely not gonna die if I do this. I'm gonna, I'm just gonna like start actually doing shit.
Okay.
And hold on, yeah, I think it's sort of like I think also she's simultaneously she wants to do more shit and also be more understanding of the anomaly. It still has some sympathizers despite everything. Sort of like I'm imagining like seeing like a horrible animal eat and devour and still like I don't know, I kind of like it. Depends. And let me just see the prompt again. Yeah, that's sort of what's going on. So like I think we're seeing a lot of schisms within the team who
Mm,
are singing in the hills. Oh god. No, that's in the past. We don't have to worry about singing in Austria anymore. Yeah. let's just advance the things. Oh, observe the anomaly has
Mm-hmm.
been checked out, and
It has finished.
it's finished. And oh, I know exactly how to resolve this goddamn project. I think
Mm-hmm.
they've managed to get like actually I think I know exactly what it is. They managed to record some noise. That's like the one thing that somehow survived. And at first, it seems like just a bunch of like garbled stuff, just like here. I'm trying to figure out what my reference point for this is. It's like very high pitched. Have you ever had your speakers go on and start making a blurring like noise? Because that's happened to me.
I think I know what you mean.
Yeah, they just kind of. And at first, it seems like, oh, this is just screaming. I don't know. And then someone has like the bright idea to put it through like what is it called, a spectrograph?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it turns out it just spells the words "get out."
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh, that would make for such an interesting sound, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me just check what swords can do for actions. Secure or endanger something. Start a project meeting. Check secure or endanger. Danger. I think for now we have managed to secure like the perimeters of like, so not just like the anomaly, but like most of our like operational ground in the forest. So it's like maybe outside shit is going down, but here for now we have a pretty tight ship. You know what I mean? And to be clear, this is very much temporary. This is not something that. Yeah, so like the forest area has been briefly pacified, I think is how I'm going to phrase that.
Mm. Okay.
But who knows how long that's going to last. Okay, I think now we're just going to take like a little 5-minute break. I need to. Oh god, my laptop battery is abysmal. Yeah, Cindy, can you take us out? Okay, and welcome back to the Roll Plus Bond 3rd anniversary stream, where we are raising money for Black and Pink National, a prison abolitionist group aiming to help, dedicate to abolishing the criminal punishment system and liberating LGBTQIA+ plus people and people living with HIV/AIDS who are affected by that system through advocacy, support, and organizing. We are playing Anomaly. We're just finished sort of the first leg of the game, so to speak, and we are back in the action. I believe it is Adam's turn to draw a card.
Sweet, let's do this. Okay, I got a king, and it is the King of Swords.
The King of Swords. Okay. Let's see what that do.
Okay.
Okay, so who has the chief position of authority in the team who is resentful of this? Or who has the chief position of authority in the team? Why aren't they qualified for the responsibility? Okay, I'm gonna use this to create. Who do we have? Who created Hilda Frosch?
That was me, Jamie.
Do you mind if Hilda Frosch is the leader of the team?
Oh, go for it. Go for it. Yeah.
Cool. And I'm gonna go straight for that. So Hilda Frosch is the leader of the team, and I think Marta Fisher is resentful that Hilda is the leader of the team. I think Marta is resentful of her. I think the resentment comes from this this division, this disagreement over what the teams should be doing, whether they should be trying to communicate or trying to stop this this anomaly. And I scroll back up. I also I either get to secure or endanger something. Ooh. Or start a project, hold a team meeting, or hold a team meeting. I would like to endanger the team.
Ooh.
Okay.
And the way in which the team is endangered is this unknown group has replaced has replaced one of the team members with an exact duplicate of that team member.
That's not good. Oh, also, sorry, I don't want to interrupt, but did we tick up the anomalous change project?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Sorry.
Cool. So I think this would be a good place to start. How big is this team?
I imagine like 24 people or something.
Oh,
Okay.
I was thinking half a dozen. Okay.
I was thinking both in the scale of 5 to 20.
Yeah. Same.
I think if you have like factions, you probably are like closer to like I like the sort of like the 15 to 20 mark.
Yeah.
Sure.
Cool. Actually, I'm gonna say it's the team's intern. um, it's like a student on work experience. It's the person that gets replaced, and because they only joined the team very recently, and like no one really knows them or works with them because mostly what they do is fetch coffee. The change is unnoticed. And I will come up with a name shortly. But that's me done, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I will draw a card. This looks like some sticks, so probably ones and 10.
Let's see. That I do believe is a 10 of wands. Got a lot of cards. A lot of cards.
Yep.
It's either what faults in the team's equipment impede research, or what does the team do to avoid overworking themselves? Hmm. I think in an effort to avoid overworking, the observation is done in sort of cycles, like in sort of 8-hour segments. One team will be observing, then hand over to the next team and next team. Because this could drag out for a while, trying to just manage to observe it at all. Yeah. Oh, and then I get to finish up the anomalous change. Exploiting the anomalous change. Who started this? Like, I know
did.
House. Yeah, but like, was there a person or part of the organization?
It was the otherwise unnamed Hoffman.
Aha. Okay.
Who was doing a raising public concerns that this change power is dangerous and could be exploited for evil, and then immediately starts exploiting it for maybe evil.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Um.
Oh, the person who starts the project is also the one who gets to narrate how it finishes, for the record.
Okay. Good. That I think you have a much better idea in mind, Halceon, than I do. That would be lovely.
Yeah. Okay. I think sort of probably nobody else on the team really knows that this is happening at this point, but Hoffman has got in touch with some people in town, sourcing like, okay, hey, can I have your expired batteries for a thing? And here's here's some money if you give me thing A, thing B, thing C, and then find a use for whatever I bring out. Sort of guy has some accomplices from the local people. And I think the way that starts actually is there's Hoffman's doing small experiments, stuff like bring something in, see how it changes, bring it out, and one of these ends up with I want to say they bring in like an abacus, and by the time they come out, it has transformed into like a data slate. a something that is clearly some sort of palm-sized computer, but with like an interface that is completely foreign to them, and can't really figure out how to make it work. But find someone in town who would be willing to take it out of their hands and maybe figure that out, and that's how the project actually starts and gets going.
So instead of a degradation of technology is an upgrade of the technology.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
And this event is obviously left off the books, which again impedes general team progress.
Yeah, for sure. That seemed like a valuable observation. Okay. And because it is once I add a fact about something. So the team finally has time to sit down with Nils Reder, who's grown in the glade, in the anomaly. And they find out every time he tries to speak, all it does is say the sound of a cell phone ringing coming from deep inside him. And he becomes exceedingly more panic as he tries to mouth words, and they're only coming this cell phone sound ringing out.
That's fantastic.
So they have escalated this symptom of the anomaly.
Love to ask symptoms.
I
love to ask symptoms.
All right, that is my turn.
Hey.
Cool. And it's the Four of Pentacles.
Ooh.
What's a unique geographical feature of the area?
Well,
what is unique about the Schwarzwald forest?
What is unique?
Well, so far it grows seasonally and contracts seasonally, but
Or how does the anomaly impede movement around the area? Okay, I'm gonna answer the second one. Because here's the thing: the anomaly is a field that changes things, right? It isn't observable in that way. There's no purple cloud. There's no obviously gravity doesn't work there and everything is floating. Nothing that you could really visually tell that you're approaching the place. Just an ongoing exploration of where it goes. And something that is discovered is that while there is this central point where stuff is very intense and very, very active, there are various places, both in the forest and also beyond its edges, occasionally on some roads, where there's like an echo of the effect. So there are, I want to say, like, the team uses quad bikes occasionally to get around, and there's places in the forest where it just stalls out. You can restart it. You can get it going. You can push it out, but mostly that affects just the team working in the forest, but also quad bikes, ATVs.
Oh, ATVs. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
But yeah, there's also like a nearby road is affected where like people, I want to say no big crashes quite yet, but like in ways people keep marking vehicle stopped on road. So yeah, there's echoes of the anomaly.
Okay.
Interesting.
We don't have any projects, so nothing ticks up.
Nope.
Pentacles. Allow me to introduce a character. Okay. Let's see. I will introduce a character, and this character is Hoffman's contact in town. This is let me just call. This is Ryan Koda. He is I know a lot about this guy. He moved here recently, like a year ago. He used to live in the USA, and the big reason why Hoffman found an accomplice in Ryan is because Ryan has previous experience with anomalous events.
Ooh.
Specifically, the pool holidays decorations matter. One of the early playtests of Anomaly in 2019. Ryan Coder was a homeowners association person. Originally from Germany, lived in USA for a while, is back home, and has ideas on how to, profit from having something weird go on in your neighborhood. Who are you gonna call? Ryan Coda.
Right. Okay. I think maybe Ryan Coda then belongs under Schwarzwald, or is he part of the organization?
Probably middle column.
Hmm.
Or, somewhere on the sheet.
Yes. All right.
Organization is hard here.
As long as Ryan is there. Hey.
Cool.
Do we have Hoffman written down somewhere?
No.
Maybe we should.
Yeah, we probably should.
Hoffman's just gonna always exist in reference.
Because yeah, exactly. He only exists, what's it called? Vicariously, like secondarily through other people. Is there even a Hoffman?
Is it like a Dread Pirate Roberts?
Okay. So then we move on to Jamie.
Yes.
Okay.
God damn it. That's
Is it the Two of Pentacles?
yes.
Hmm.
No,
Two
it's two
Pentacles. Okay.
Tentacles for short.
tentacles. Yeah,
Mhm.
he's got two little pinnacles. He's holding them like a jolly lad.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
slinging pentacles all over the place.
All right. Let's see here. No. Oh, I gotta scroll all the way down in the PDF. Either an inquisitive local is looking into the team's investigation. How does the team prevent her from discovering the truth? Or an inquisitive local has discovered the secret but wants to help the team. What is their motivation? Does the team let them join? I think this is perfect because I had a thought. I think I think this is Hilda Frosch's wife, um, Annalise. Um, Annalise Frosch.
Mm.
And I think it's in part because she's lonely and this is taking up a lot of Hilda's time. But also I think it's I think there's something attractive about the weirdness. I think weirdness is just the thing that attracts some people, and I think Annalise is definitely one of those people who sees weird things happening and wants to get involved. I think and I guess I also answer if the team is, let's see. Does the team let them join? I don't think in an official capacity, but I think Annalise is just persistent. Kind of hanging around, finding excuses, to be there, like bringing lunches, bringing supplies from home, that kind of thing. Yeah. So I think that's Annalise Frosch.
Interesting.
And let's see here. Pentacles is. I don't think we have any projects, right? To
Nope.
advance.
We don't.
No projects.
Okay. Okay. Pentacles is introduce a character. And I guess with it also says that when introducing a character, you could also just expand on an existing character. So I'm going to say that Hilda and Annalise have a strained relationship, and I think the team, even though they try to keep their private business private, I think on occasion, I think the team will like walk into head office and catch them arguing in hushed tones, and so yeah, I think that relationship is strained, but we don't know why yet.
Mm. Interesting. Okay. Okay, let's see what card I'm gonna get. Oop. That is a two of wands, I believe. Let me
Looks like it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, 2 of 1. An expert among the team makes a startling discovery. What's the discovery? What's their area of expertise? The anomaly is defying conventional testing. How? What can the team learn from this?
It sure is.
It sure is. We kind of
That
already did that one, so I guess I kind of
yeah.
the other one. A startling discovery. What's their area of expertise? Oh, I think what happens here is hmm. Okay, yeah, I think on the team they have like possibly some kind of historian or archaeologist, depending on how far back this goes. Because I'm thinking like they just keep finding out like ancient records talking about this weird thing in the woods. It's like, oh, this has been going on since like people have been able to record what's going on. I imagine
Ooh.
like cave paintings and shit like that. I don't know if there are any caves, but you know what I mean. Similar stuff, if not.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Just kind of like, oh, the moment I could write down something or draw something, I drew this, and I'm scared. I think it's sort of like that. Uh, and that's kind of like, oh, this has been going on for a while. I don't trust like that. Okay, and are there any projects that haven't been written down by any chance, or no?
No,
We
no,
don't
we
have
still
any
have no
projects.
project.
We don't have any projects. We're probably
Nope. You can start one.
yeah, I can start one. Let me just see. So that was a wands. Let me see what I can do with wands again.
I-
I can add a fact about something, but I kind of already added a fact about something, so I think I'm not going to do the wands. I think I am going to start the project, and I think the project is going to be related to this. And I think, oh, if it's okay, can I just like rearrange some stuff so we're saving on space?
Sure.
Yeah. I think we're gonna have to move the like tarot cards down or even delete them. Then we'll have a lot more space. I just realized.
But maybe we could also sort it into thirds because right now it's like half of the
Yeah.
space is the anomaly.
Yeah, half the space is the anomaly. Well, but first, we can do that during break or something. Okay.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah. Tahoma 18. I'm gonna make this. Right, isn't it? Okay. Project. Kind of like figuring out like a basic because now we have like a bunch of jumbled facts, but we haven't like turned it into a like concrete narrative.
It's true.
Formulate a narrative about the anomaly. I think this is going to be a three-step project. I think I'm actually going to. Yep, that's not what I wanted to do. Excuse me. Okay. Well, never mind. Has anyone else been having an issue where, like, once you write down something, you cannot change the font size?
No.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Not experiencing
yeah,
it.
I've had that.
Okay.
Going.
I think that's the yes, Halcyon, that's exactly also what I was thinking of what you said in the roll
Cannot.
20.
I can only click roll 20 breaks once, so I mean.
Yep, that's epic. Medieval
I think
gaming. Okay,
in
yeah.
order to make it work, you have to switch to select move mode, and then when you
Okay,
click on it, then you can change the font type
okay, but doesn't matter
or the
right
font
now.
size.
So yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing. And that's my move. Next up. Adam
Yeah,
again.
back on to me. Cool. All right. Uh, who is this? Ooh, the
Is that
Hanged
the
Man.
Hanged Man? Yeah.
Oh,
Oh
that's
no.
great. Oh, this is a good prompt.
The anomaly demands a sacrifice, or it will create a terrible calamity. Does the
Oh
team
my
make the sacrifice? What is the cost they pay for their decision? Um. Okay. All right. Um. I'm gonna use. Can I use Neil's reader for this?
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
Cool. So I think Neil's reader has been trying to speak, and only a cell phone ring comes out. The ringing stops, and that there's a click. And I think and like a voice. A voice comes out, and it is just a series of names. It's not in Niels's voice. It is a different voice to the one Niels had. And whenever he opens his mouth, like the list of names just keeps on getting repeated and repeated. And these are names of people sort of in the town, including Fert Wangler Jr. And I think the demand it's a list of names followed by coordinates, and the coordinates are in the center of the anomaly. So that is the sacrifice that is being demanded. I want to throw it out to everyone. Do you think the team makes the sacrifice?
My feeling is like the team says we're not doing this, but the information gets out.
Everyone's really mad.
I like that. Okay. The team says we're not doing this. And I think the information gets out. I think some people go, but not go on their own. They're just curious or have you. And the calamity and then the calamity occurs, and the calamity is what was the threatening message?
Oh, the threatening message was just like "get out," but in like a spectrograph format.
Mhm.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right, then it's going to be something. The calamity is the houses of the people that were the places where the people who were demanded live start to change, and they depending on the materials they were built in, they sort of start to regress into their sort of constituent parts. So if they were wooden houses, they start to become trees. If they were made of stone, if they were made of concrete, they're just like very like they just start to like collapse into their component parts, or the things that they originally were. So the calamity is that there is now like I think I would say about 35 people in this village of, it's only like probably only a few hundred, now don't have anywhere to live, and they've lost their homes.
So they weren't inside when this started happening.
It's slow enough that no
Okay.
one. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no! Wait. Question: does everything inside the house revert to an original form?
Yeah.
What a leading question, if I ever heard one.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll just
I
make
love
it
the implications.
as big a swing as you want with that, I think. So yes, everything in the house reverts. So they lose everything, not just the home, but anything, any possessions.
Mm-hmm.
And
Is that it then?
so that's that, and then I think I need to either start a project, hold a team meeting, or take an action based on the suit.
Oh yeah, I
Um,
advanced the clock.
cool. Oh, yeah, okay. I just wanted to do this. There's an anomalous action as well.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, the the anomaly's been operating on a road. Effects of sort of effects from the anomaly have been seen on a road, stalling out vehicles. Um, Unfortunately, at one point, this happened right as when a herd of deer came inside just sort of like bounded through the anomaly. And when they exited, those deer now have wheels as they've become fused with quad bikes. So there's also like now a herd of car deer that are roaming around in this area.
Don't like that.
What?
I think some of these deer are grass powered machines, and some of them like like I like in how real life deer are just absolute menaces to like trees and things. It's like what if that same thing happened, but now those deer are just absolute menaces to like gas stations because they just love they now drink petrol or diesel. Okay, cool. That's I think that's me.
Cool. Next up.
Yes.
Yes. You.
All right. This is a heart with swords, so free of swords, I assume. All right. So either the team has an insider in the community. Why is this person helping? Or someone in the team is stealing resources. What do they need it for? How are they hiding this? This we kind of already have, I feel, with Hoffman and Reed. I'm sorry. Is Nils Reda sacrificed? Was that what happened?
Ooh, if you would like, he can be one of the his own name could have come up.
No, I was just wondering in the. Okay, no. I think I misunderstood. A team has an insider in the community. Why is this person helping? Okay. I think a lot of the people are angry about this development to their homes, obviously. But I think there's one that's volunteered to sort of help out the research team, like, maybe give them access to their home and sort of maybe provide a transcript of the town meetings and the chitter chatter around. And they believe that the environment agency is the only people who have the means in this area to stop this, despite it only becoming worse since they arrived. Yeah. I will. it is. I can't really add to Schwarzwald because it's eaten by the organization, but what did I say? Anna Lexler.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then I can forward a project. I think we only have the one, right?
Yeah.
The formula narrative. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And then this was swords. So
Yes.
what does that do? That's secure or in danger or something.
Yes.
I think instead I would like to start a team meeting.
Okay.
And the agenda for the meeting is how do we respond to the developments of bleeding, the anomaly bleeding outside into the village.
Mhm. Okay.
So that's the question sort of thing for the meeting.
Mhm.
Does someone say something?
There's a hand, which is like a one of the younger members of the team, uh, uh, probably of the more hopeful variety, who's like, we could I think we should get in touch with the organic chemistry department from I don't know, from back my university, or anyone else, because the thing it's not affecting is stuff that grows on its own, and if we can make or maybe even engineer organic barriers, we might be able to counteract stuff.
Oh god, I have a horrible answer. I think there's like an older person, and they're just kind of like taking a sip of coffee, and then they're just like, "We should have bombed this place to hell," and just kind of leaves.
Uh-oh. I think the one hosting the meeting, let's say it's Gerda Hopscotch. I think it's of the utmost importance that we try to keep the people outside of the anomaly safe, because they are a communication risk. I Yes, I think that's a priority. In terms of the young person's suggestion, could we do some kind of fast-growing vines to cover all the houses in, perhaps?
Who has an answer? Do you?
I I'm I was I'd like to um I think someone on the team speaks up in relation to that, and sort of said, and I think agrees, and um uh, I think agrees with that suggestion, uh, um, and offers to. Sorry, I wanted to follow up on that, but I'm not entirely sure what I can add. Who has anything? Does anyone have anything that like could be added to uh, to this idea of fortifying the town, using organic materials?
Hmm.
Uh,
Not a chemistry person, sadly.
I think Hilda speaks up and suggests, well, we already build walls from stone. Stone is a natural resource. If we could build a wall of stone around towns and villages, we might be able to prevent the anomaly from spreading.
Oh, what if objects from within the anomaly can't be affected by it anymore? So, if we built a wall of stone using stones from the anomaly, or
I want to say yes, but I don't think the evidence suggests that, just because when Hoffman, Hoffman has made off with a number of different things that came from there, and more strange things have happened after the fact. So I don't know if we can assume that something that comes out of the anomaly is safe. But I do like this idea of using resources, natural resources, as barriers, which is why I suggested the stone, because it can't be, you know, it's stone. It's not going to. The important thing would be not to use uh, any reinforcements like rebar or anything that might be broken down into more basic parts.
Yeah.
cool. Then I think my person's suggestion would just be we should also establish aid programs for those already displaced, as we also work on defenses.
I agree with a preventative and a reactive approach. I don't know if our organization's resources extend to emergency housing, but all we can do is ask.
Cool.
Okay.
All right. Halcyon.
Project ticks up. Oh no, it ticked up. Right. This. Right. That's fine.
Yeah.
I can't touch it. So.
Yeah. Okay. That's a number of pentacles.
Yes, that I believe it is the 5 of pentacles.
I think that's a 5. The
Yeah.
framing is weird, but yeah, 5
Oh,
tickles.
Pentacles.
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 The locals have a legend that might be connected to the anomaly. What is it? Or how do the locals feel about outsiders?
Hmm.
Huh.
Ooh, a legend could build on that thing.
Yeah.
Like the pictogram things found.
Yeah. I think there is a legend. Yeah, we've established that this thing has been here for a while. And it sort of I think the way this is borne out is that people, um, we have like a number of contacts from the area, and maybe talking with Furtwängler Senior. The local person drops a reference to a fairy tale. Everybody knows the story of Little Red Riding Hood, but something sort of pings a wait, hold up, that's not something doesn't match up, right? And upon inspection, it's like, oh, basically not every, many of the classics of Grimm collected fairy tales have a distinct version here. Like, the principal characters are all the same, but like Little Red Riding Hood goes through the forest to her grandma's house and becomes the wolf on the way. And the resolution is that the hunter kills the wolf and takes the skin back through the forest, which then turns back into Little Red Riding Hood happily ever after. Right? Things where every story that has to deal with travel includes
Fucking
yeah,
hell.
basically includes some version of stuff magically changing on the way. And the stories are old enough that it doesn't like tell us anything about where the place is or how to really deal with it. But there is an the hopeful implication of the stories is that there's always a way to change things back, or at least change things for the better. But who knows if it's true?
Okay, and just tick up the project quick. And action time.
Hey.
Something you have to keep it in your mouth to stop it from changing. Right, actions.
I see what you did there.
I would like to start a project. I need a moment to figure out what that project is, but it's like I don't want to introduce a character or hold a meeting. Okay. I think based on an important question in the chat, yes, clothing is very much technology. Fabrics are very much technology. And if you're going to go in, ooh, I know. So most people
Yeah.
go in, stuff about their clothing changes, maybe it unravels, maybe it becomes stiff, or maybe you come out, covered in vines because it has reverted. The only case where we know that this did not strictly happen is what was their name? Rüdiger Speer.
Oh, I got reverse clothes.
Yes. So the project is figure out why, figure out Rudiger's message, basically.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I think this is going to be a 4-step.
Okay.
There we go.
Cool.
Where'd he go? Oh, yes.
Okay. Oh boy, that is really hard to read.
Uh,
Like
A
the
number of
Oh,
cups.
it is.
of
six of,
cups.
six of cups.
That's 6 of cups because you really see little cups.
Yeah, 6 of cups.
Yeah.
Do
Okay.
they have flowers in them?
Sometimes you gotta have flowers.
Oh, if you mark the card and press Z, you can also see it large.
Okay, yeah. Well, you know.
They do have flowers in them.
Well, you know what they say: give us bread or but give us roses. So, fuck capitalism, y'all. Uh,
Okay.
let's, uh, six of cups. Okay, here we go. Uh, either how does the team get supplies? Why is this a risk? How much business does the team do with the community? What does this look like? Um, I'm gonna go with how does the team get supplies and why is this a risk? Because I think yeah, I think that um they can no longer rely on the road leading into the area to get them supplies. So they have to take it in by chopper or helicopter. And I think that becomes a problem because during one of the recent supply drops from the helicopter, uh, you have the supplies dangling from the helicopter, and the and the supplies uh like collapse into their component materials and fall to the ground below as their constituent parts, um, which suggests that maybe the anomaly is growing not just or spreading not just on the ground but also into the air.
Nice.
Let's tick up our project. Mine is complete. Now I have to formulate a narrative, which I just realized is harder than it sounds. Or is it as hard as it sounds? I don't know. So like they've been going through and combing through all of the written and other material evidence of the anomaly, and I think it's like the origin is still not clear. That will probably never be clear because it's kind of pointless for there to be like an actual origin. But I do think that oh yeah, I have a good idea. I think it's like it was always kind of like anomalous, obviously because it's anomaly and weird and like not quite understandable, but it was never this aggressive before. And it's only really like with the rise of like industrialization and things around it like really started being aggressive with like extracting resources, stuff like that. And I mean obviously people have been like doing that for, but like the particularly aggressive and like careless way that it's been done in the past century or so have made it much more aggressive and territorial. I think that would be like an interesting thing, right?
That sounds great. We could plus that with it's only like the most like the most recent houses in the village that have been deconstructed.
Yeah, totally.
The Anomaly has very strong opinions about architectural movements.
That too. Okay. I just need to find a way to now. Yeah, hold on. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna industrial. What? Why is it in all caps? Okay, now it fits. Industrialization has provoked the anomaly. I think it's like also in with Mark with your question, just real quick, I don't want to steal too much thunder, but I think it's like it also depends on the relationship to the land because like people have been changing stuff since there have been people. Depends on like the manner in which they do it. Like, do they leave stuff? It's like the difference between planting lots of things and making like a monocrop that fucks up all the land. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a mono.
Or the thing
Yeah.
that the things we think of wild natural forests are actually very much engineered forests just by people long ago.
Yeah, exactly. But yes. Anyways, action time. Yep. Hmm? Jamie. Oh, she's me. Oh, hello.
Yes.
Yes.
You action. You still have to do your action.
Okay.
Yeah, you had a cups, so it's the two actions you can always do, and a cups.
Which is acquire or lose something.
Hmm. I think. Let's see. Probably should start a project because we don't have a lot of those, and they're fun.
Just finish one of them.
So we'll do. Let's see. Develop temporary, or I should say develop, develop temporary housing that can't be reduced to its component natural components. Yeah.
Hmm.
And I'm gonna guess that's a longer one, like maybe 6.
Or maybe it's 2 projects? I know that breaking form, but like researching and then producing it seem like
You might want to make it shorter because I was thinking, and Adam just sent a message in the chat. I'm thinking like we do this, we take a break, and then we do like the final stretch, basically.
Yeah, and
Sounds
that
good.
I mean, just
Keeping things
just to throw it up there, one of the things that I don't want to future cast or spoil or anything too much, but like if it ends up being the case that like one of the reasons they abandon this whole thing is because they can't figure out how to like live in harmony with the effects of the anomaly, that seems like a perfectly valid reason for why, like it's not going to be a bad thing if they never develop those temporary housing solutions, right?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Okay. Can you just write that down?
Yeah. Mm.
Hmm?
Uh,
Oh, okay. I saw you right. Yeah, I was confused for a second, but yeah, I see it now. Okay. Can we take a break now? Actually, if that's okay.
yes, that's absolutely.
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So once again, 5 minutes, and then I think that we're gonna kind of go into the home stretch, and hopefully, to it's always better to leave a little bit of time for the next group to prepare as it goes.
Sure.
Yep.
We're just- Hey, welcome back to the Roll Plus Bond 3rd anniversary stream where we are playing Anomaly and we are still raising funds for Black and Pink National. If you haven't donated already and you have the means to do so, you can go to, I think you can just type in !donate in the Twitch chat to get a link. tiltify.com/@rollplusbond/rollplusbond 3rd anniversary. And yes, we're getting back to it. I do believe it is my turn, so I get to pick a card. Any card. Well, I don't get to pick a card. I get to draw a card. There we go. Okay. I do believe that is the 7 of Wands. Let me just check. Yeah, that's a 7, and those are Wands. Or I guess
Mhm.
6 Wands. Is fine.
7 of branches.
7 of branches. 7 of twigs to hit you with. And let me check out for that. 7, 7. Okay. Ooh. Interesting. Okay. A breakthrough is made, greatly advancing research. What great cost did this breakthrough come at? Or the team decides to forego a promising experiment due to ethical concerns. Who within the team argues for this against it? I think in terms of breakthrough, it would probably be more interesting to do that with one of the existing projects. I don't know if that's within the rules or is it?
Yeah, the
How does that?
rules specifically state that you can adjust the projects if the narrative
Yep.
calls
Yeah,
for it.
yeah. I think in that case, I think it's Rudiger's message because I don't want to do the one that we immediately started. I do want to do one that's been making some progress. So I'm just gonna tick that 2, 4, and for some reason that made it bigger. I don't know why, but whatever.
Huh.
What was do you want to also determine the cost? I think it's worth it because it is your thing, so you know what I mean.
Sure,
You should,
I guess.
yeah.
Um,
I just
uh, cool. I think the sort of core takeaway that the people discover is that um, it technology that is working not as intended is insulated against the effects in some ways. It's not immune, but the whole thing of put your coat on backwards so you don't get lost in the woods has some basis here in the sense that whatever principle is guiding the anomaly has a harder time figuring out what the thing is if the thing isn't performing the thing it's supposed to be performing.
huh.
Um,
Cool.
you know, essentially it's not reflective armor, it's ablative armor. It just
Yeah.
takes a longer for it to fall apart.
Okay.
um I think you should figure out what the cost is.
Yeah, totally. I think the cost is. Oh, I think it's like considering it's a cost. I think it's someone else kind of doing a similar thing to Rudiger, but maybe with a different kind of tool or something, but it goes very badly for them. But the difference between that and what happened to Rudiger is that this person had a partner, is in the someone accompanying them who like managed to like basically remember see what's going on and kind of like bring that information back. So it's like, yeah, someone basically had to die doing a very stupid thing, but now we know what to do. So progress.
Great.
Like I'm trying to think of like how to use something wrong, and it's kind of hard. You know what I mean? Uh, like for some reason, but yeah, like something
Using a camera as a shovel.
gone wrong or something like that. Because those are very easy to use wrong or not to its purpose. Yeah. And I'm just gonna advance the project for temporary housing, and so that was a want. Let me just check what I can do with wants. Add a fact about our project team meeting. I think I'm going to add a fact about something.
Hmm.
And I think I'm going to add a fact about our organization that it is much older than we realize. This is just like the new branding. It wasn't always the State Environment Agency or the Umweltbundesamt or whatever. I'm not good. It's the Secret Order of Secret Order of Environment or something like that. Let me just write that down.
I like this idea. There's a sense of like these are the people who know about the weird shit, but incidentally
Yeah.
they have also learned all about forests, and that's expertise you can use elsewhere.
Yeah, like this has existed for I think even longer than any German state. Yeah. Yeah. It's like when all that shit was going down in like the Teutonberg Forest, these people were existing back then. Yeah, what if the EPA was the Knights Templar?
Oh my god.
Yeah, yeah, like I'm only using that example because like, oh, history in Germany. I know that, but like as an example, like that's how far back it stretches at least. But yeah. Adam,
All right, draw a card.
draw a card. Ooh, Knight of Swords.
Knight of Swords. All right, let's see what that does. Knight of Swords. Someone seizes an opportunity and takes a place of power in the community. How does the team think the anomaly was involved, and why does this worry them?
Wait,
Some.
Yeah.
are you reading Nine of Swords?
No,
Knight.
Knight.
Oh, Knight!
Knight of Swords.
I apologize.
No, I will have left off a T. Or someone seizes an opportunity, accomplishing something incredible despite the risks. What did they accomplish, and who was endangered to do it? Um, uh, um, I, I want to say someone seizes an opportunity and takes a place of power in the community. I would
Yeah.
like Timothy Hepburn to
No.
take advantage of the
Sure.
the issue of the thing of the calamity, and to start
Yeah.
and to sort of claim that they have been given a vision, and that the chain that the only way to save the town is to embrace the change, and they have taken on a sort of like a prophet type figure. Um, um, oh, I think, and the way that they prove, so what they are saying is that this isn't that the call of the anomaly is not a threat. It's not dangerous. It's a beneficial change, and I think they demonstrate this by walking inside the anomaly, and when they turn around, they are um, they are unchanged. They are safe. So
Yeah.
I think Timothy Hepburn is gonna start sort of like trying to persuade everyone whose name was called to come into the anomaly with them. Um,
Oh.
Okay.
uh, And I think, I mean, I feel like the team is the team is pretty sure the anomaly is involved in this somehow, because Tim didn't usually past Tim was not
No.
acting was a lot less confident than this. It's like, wow.
Yeah.
And um this worries them because a lot of people are like desperate. They're not seeing any supplies. That like the supplies aren't coming. And this is the only way forwards. Maybe this is the only way forwards. Maybe this is the best way to save the town. Do any projects complete? Do we have any projects?
No, just
Do we have any?
Temporary
Yeah,
housing
we have one.
advances, but doesn't complete.
Oh, right.
Yeah. For the timid thing, I'm gonna blame Perfidious Salbion for that. If you don't know that phrase, then my bad.
And then
Yeah, so that goes from a 1 to a 2, I think.
yes.
Okay, cool.
Oh, and with swords I can secure and endanger something, or I can advance a project. I would like to I would like to I would like to do some delicious dramatic irony and start a project which is Tim convinces people Tim convinces the named to enter the anomaly, and I want this to happen in 3 turns, if that's okay, Jamie. So it happens just before temporary housing finishes.
Oh, yes.
Do it.
Cool. All right. And that is my turn.
Hey.
Okay. We'll draw a card. It's
Whoa.
3 of cups.
Love to have 3 cups.
Yes. Cups is on the top. Okay. How are members of the team paid for their work? Or what personal luxuries do members of the team not have access to? This is very admin-like. Paid in good vibes? I don't know. I think. Okay. I think every single member of the team, of this team, has been promised promotion. So they are paid in aspiration. They're paid in professional mobility.
Does that mean that like are they told that like after a certain amount of time they'll get promoted to other departments within the government or
Yes.
other
I
yeah,
think they're all promised a higher position. I don't know
okay.
if the logistics of the organization supports this, but that's what each of them have either openly or secretly been offered. So that might be why they're still here despite the developments that are happening.
Professional mobility. What a phrase. A phrase only a PR person could make.
So the develop temporary housing and Tim convincing the named people to enter the anomaly both go up by 1. I can't do that. This is cups. So what do I have access to? Acquire or lose something.
Yeah.
I think. All right. The team, after following the sort of historical origin of the anomaly sort of thread of investigation, acquire the original manuscript for this the sort of most famous story that involves the anomaly.
Okay.
And they discover some discrepancies, particularly in how things are oriented around here. The descriptions just don't seem to match up.
All right.
Yes.
It's the tower.
The tower. I think this one is really fucked.
Oh yeah, it is.
It should be.
Why
The
can't I-
tower. Something critical is destroyed utterly. What is it? How does the team community react? Oh boy, something critical.
Hey, remember what we said in the beginning? That language is a technology?
Yep.
Oh my god.
So, the as we've established, industrialization has increased the aggressiveness of the anomaly. It's been reacting more and more violently, expanding a little, I guess, and we've been poking at it in various ways. Trying to film it, helicopters dropping stuff into it accidentally, somebody creating future iPads. It has been fueled. And so, two things happen at once. No, two things happen over like a week. First, whatever borderlines we've drawn disappear as the anomaly expands, and the do not cross tape gets dissolved. And instead of having a sort of defined edge and then maybe some echoes around, it gets blurrier, and some minor effects are felt quite far afield, and some stronger effects are basically covering the entirety of the town. And the effect that I want to focus on here is that language gets slowly shifted. In a way, people still speak the same words, but their understanding of what these words mean changes on an individual level. Someone walks into a bakery and says, "I would like a dozen breakfast rolls," but the words they use are, "I have seen the stars and they will not save us." And the person who hears it probably interprets that as, "My car is on fire. Could you come out and help me?" So expressing yourself is possible. Being understood, very limited.
Okay.
And so, something important is destroyed utterly: communication.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the worst part is
if you leave the area, your understanding has changed, right? You need to relearn the language once you leave. How does the team community react?
Scared.
Utter bafflement and the same way everybody reacts when you're in an environment that you don't speak the language. Signs. Basic hand gestures. And in a way, that part doesn't get affected because it's not codified. Essentially, that is a language you invent as you're using it and then forget. So it's, in a way, stable. Through its essential instability. So yeah.
Epic.
Okay.
Take up the projects, and then I think I'm going to take an anomalous action.
Oh yes.
Because we are entering the third act. I think it's time for shit to hit the fan.
Yes.
Yeah,
So, as I've established, the edges of the anomaly are expanding, and it's doing the usual stuff where people's clothes are unraveling a little.
Uh-oh.
But unless otherwise shielded through either misaligned tech or deeply natural formations. Another thing that's changing about the anomalies approach is like it used to be like alpha radiation, very damaging to whatever it encounters but doesn't pass through. It is more like gamma radiation, pretty harmful, but also very excellent at passing through stuff.
Yeah.
Which means Hilda Frosch, who she's still around, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And we established she's an older woman. She has a hip implant.
Oh no.
Oh.
As one morning she wakes up and there's oh no, the hip is acting up, which not good. And over the course of the day, it becomes more painful and less mobile. Not just like, oh, if I try to move it, it hurts, and I prefer not to move it. If I try to move it, it doesn't rotate. And that is an example of what's happening. But there are other people in town. Many people have stuff like dentures, teeth implants. Probably somebody has like what's the thing? The thing that keeps your heart moving.
A pacer?
Pacemaker.
Pacer, yes.
Pacer.
Medical tech in people starts failing, and at best, just not working. At worst, changing shape and causing damage. Additionally,
Can I
Epic.
propose something?
sure.
Can these people be the people who had their names called? Or do
I
you
think it's
all-
not exclusive to them.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Jamie, I believe it is your turn. She does seem to be muted.
Almost bingo.
I am still muted. Okay. That's
That's one for the bingo.
Queen of Cups.
What? Hold on, let me
Weird.
see. Oh, Queen of Cups. Okay,
Uh,
got it.
Someone discovers that the records of what supplies are in storage don't match what's actually there, what's missing, or something is found in storage that shouldn't be there. What is it? Why is this worrying? Hmm. Hmm. I wonder if there are more um I wonder if uh some of the supplies that were dropped into dropped from a helicopter that were converted into their constituent parts uh start uh uh start hmm, no I don't really like that idea. um mm, Something found in storage that shouldn't be there. What is it? Why is this worrying? Mm, I wonder if um I wonder if the all the new tech that Hoffman has been hawking, I wonder if it starts spreading the anomaly. Um, so there are like uh so you'll hear about like I imagine the military would be one of the people most interested in new technology, as is generally how that goes. Um, I imagine there's like some grunts who uh develop like somebody's wedding band will turn into like a thick piece of rock around their finger, or somebody will be smoking and suddenly the smoke in their lungs sprouts these tobacco leaves out of their lungs and
Oh,
they suffocate. Uh,
that's nasty. I love it.
yeah, somebody else is like drinking and like a stalk of barley shoots out of their stomach. And so the anomaly is spreading wherever Hoffman sent this future tech to, whoever Hoffman sold it to, the anomaly is spreading to. Or at least the effects of the anomaly.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And we advance projects,
Yes.
which I think means Tim successfully convinces people to enter the anomaly, right?
Yes.
Oh no.
I want to hear all about this. Tell me about our intern Jim Jones.
Yep.
Okay.
Intern.
Is there Kool-Aid?
No.
Yeah, well, could be.
Tim convinces. I mean, at this point, um, communication has been destroyed. Communication has been destroyed. People are panicking, and like Tim's like apparent physical safety at this point is like enough to just um drag people into the anomaly and into this spot. And I think that hmm the people arrive in a crowd in the center of the anomaly, and they are changed, I think. um Gosh, how are they changed? What is the I'm just looking at what we've previously established. We know that the anomaly um can both alter it alters it alters things to like so that they become different tools. It can often alter technology so that it becomes a different technology. It can reduce things to their component parts. Um but it has also upgraded, and um I think okay, yeah, and this is it. If I think some and I think Hoffman probably realizes this. um that there was the commonality of the people who were called is that these people, if brought into the middle of the anomaly and uh who are and were um uh these are people who, if brought into the middle of the anomaly as the anomaly's power is rising, would be people who were upgraded. um and uh there is sort of a post-human um decomposition and recomposition of form that occurs in the middle of this forest. And the particular form of post-humanity that occurs here is that technology that has been collected by the forest um, flows into all of these people, and um, they remain. It's like they still look human, but they can enact. They are able to do the things just on this by themselves that the technology that sort of like they now possess the traits of technology that was stolen. They can they can communicate at a distance like mobile telephones. Like their hands can cut like knives. Their eyes can shine with the light of headlamps. They are now something else. And yeah, they are coming back out of the forest. And that is what happens after Tim is the name people to enter the anomaly, and then just behind them, and I think the last shot is of not Tim, regressing into like Niels Reader, who grew out. So Niels Reader grew out of like a seed, I believe. Not Tim regresses and sort of crumples back in on himself into a shoot from the ground, which then retracts beneath the ground. That's what happens.
Cool. Taking an action.
Back to Jamie.
Yeah.
I said it in the chat, but this is sick as fuck. Love to have the branched in our game.
Okay.
Awesome. Okay.
What if your gender could be the 20th century?
Oh my god.
Oh no, that's terrifying. The worst century. Terrifying. The worst century.
Oh,
Oh god, I
echo.
accidentally had the stream muted.
All right. Let's see. I think Hilda calls a meeting, and
Yeah.
yeah, and I think Hilda, when you see her, it's kind of alarming because she has like I think she has like a large pieces of like ore and something sticking out of her hip in a way that she can't really hide with clothing. And she's using like she's using a cane. It's quite painful to walk, so she uses a cane to aid her walking. And she says, I think we need to abandon this area. We can't contain it.
You know, my character was about to say like, well, my answer was gonna be pretty much the same thing. I think we need to jump ship and fucking leave.
I have an idea for an answer here. I just need to construct the actual answer.
No worries. Does anyone else have an answer in mind? Well, Halceon is thinking of their thing.
I think I think Gerta Hopscotch says in a confrontational way to Hilda, and I think you should relinquish your control to people who want to see this through.
I think Hoffman uh, I think Hoffman says I think that this should be we should destroy. Hoffman says we should destroy everything.
God.
I think he's thinking in order to remove evidence.
Yeah. Covering his own ass.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a surprise appearance by one Gunther Schramm, who, stumbles into the meeting. Obvious bruises on face, obvious scarring around wrist, and says, "Baby, you don't want to leave. You'd be sorry, because honestly, I can make you feel better any day. Look at what you've done for me. I called it how I see you belong with me."
That's scary.
Let me remind you, communication is destroyed.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. No, I know. It's just, it's still scary. I like the way you phrased it. If someone told that to me, I would be afraid of them. Oh god.
But with a face of, I have an urgent message.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, how did we have a team meeting when we can't even understand each other? That's maybe.
We tried. We did pantomime.
Yeah, I imagine it was Hilda like gesturing, like, making big circles indicating all of us, and then like pointing like
like
away.
like a thumb over the shoulder, like gotta get out of
Yeah,
here.
exactly.
Oh, I offended. Anyways.
Hoffman just made like bomb noises from his mouth. He just went.
Oh god. I think Gadget just like pointed to, Hilda and like a palm like forward motion, but then like I'm gonna stay with like closing your fists and dragging them downwards.
God, yeah. Cool. I think time to draw a
And
card.
Gunter just chose horrifying weird words.
Yeah.
Yep. Worst game
Okay.
of charades ever.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. What did we get? The
It has a
star.
color.
Ooh.
Major Arcana. The star. Scrolling.
Ah.
Previous victory in containing the anomaly
No.
is in danger as a result. You know what? Colin, should we make this the ending one? Or no?
It fits.
Yeah.
Major Arcana cards are a good stopping point every time.
So yeah, I know we got like 25 minutes technically, but I want to like leave
We
some
can do
space.
epilogues.
Yeah, that too. I think. Okay, so what was it that we managed to contain is the problem. That's the only issue. I think we
What
did
if
like.
Oh, go ahead. I have
No,
an
no,
idea.
first.
Go ahead if you have one. Okay.
No,
What if the
no.
ablative? What if the techniques that we were using to make ablative armor against the effects of the anomaly
Yeah.
suddenly backfire, and now it gets and instead of making things a little less bad, now things get even weirder. So it's like you use a phone use a phone as a trowel for your garden, and suddenly, like, you grow a bunch of like exploding lithium ion batteries or something like that.
Oh God!
Love it. You wear your
Thank
clothes
God.
inside out, but now those clothes are your skin.
No, those clothes are your skin. God, the lithium batteries just make me think. Thank God no one would do like a coup or anything because of natural resources. I can't imagine that happening ever in recent history. But whatever. Yeah, I think it's that. I think just kind of like all defenses are lost. I think what is there to do but retreat? I don't know. It's kind of like, hey, this thing is spreading and spreading. I'm kind of imagining for some reason the end of the movie Us. Has anyone seen that one? I imagine someone must have.
Unfortunately, no.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, like with all the people from the down below. I know there's a term in the movie. I'm forgetting right now. They're all like linking hands. I think it's sort of like not that happening, but sort of in that scale, that like magnitude, that framing, just like an overhead shot of the forest. And imagine it's sort of like what do you call montage, or like it's like super sped up. Like I'm trying to like those videos of like when people film like highways or streets, just like super fast, or kind of like the forest spreading and all like buildings and stuff just like slowly going away, being covered in lots of greenery and stuff like that, until like basically a huge chunk of Germany, Europe is completely uninhabitable by quote unquote normal people. I think this is going to cause a scandal. I think it's like, we tried beating it into submission. We tried this. Maybe we should have tried something else. It's too late now. We're
It's
fucked.
too late to apologize.
Oh god, that fucking song. Relocate the office. I don't know. And I think that's sort of like the final game part. And I just wonder what happens to all the organizations and people that were involved in this. If anyone wants to like narrate a little thing, I think that would be fine here.
I think a good idea would be for each of us to take one person or group and just say what happens to them, which probably
Probably.
leaves some of them unepilogued, which is also cool.
Yeah, sometimes you don't have a neat ending. I'm sure I have an idea immediately if I can go ahead.
Sure.
I think it's like kind of everything that happened. And how well known is the state environment? I imagine it's one of those things where like people know it exists, and all this shit that we do is kind of hidden underneath a veneer of like, oh, go plant a tree in your backyard. You know what I mean?
Probably.
Yeah, and I think now that all of these dealings have been uncovered, all of these activities, people are a lot more suspicious and perhaps demanding for like the reform or abolishment of this agency altogether. I imagine a government collapses because of this. And by government, I mean like the current, the current cabinet collapses. Basically, not like I don't think this is going to destroy the entire concept of the state, but I do think that the current cabinet is fucked, essentially.
Oh, absolutely. They probably like make a vote of no confidence or something like that.
Like that, like, oh, this has been going on for a while and we don't have any input in it, and it's just abolished. It's gonna be abolished. Yeah, I think that's what I'm. Who wants to go next?
I'll go if that's
Hmm?
okay.
Of course.
I think Annalise, who originally got started because
Mhm.
she heard about the weird stuff that was happening and was curious and found every excuse. Uh, I think all that curiosity has been taken from her. I think seeing what it's done to Hilda, uh, I think it's just too horrible. And now she spends her time caring for Hilda, who, you know, uh, basically lives with chronic pain and limited mobility. I think doctors were able to like remove some of it so that it's not like a giant mass of ore sticking out of her hip, but I don't think they were able to completely remove it. And so yeah, it's it's rough going for those two, but I think um you know, not to sound too much like a cliche, but they have each other at the very least. And I think part of that is because Annalise no longer feels that pull towards the strange, because the strange sometimes bites back.
I have a thing I want to zoom in on. I think we zoom in on undeterminate amount of time in the future. We see a classroom with sort of kids around a variety of ages, but something ranging from like 7 to 12. Various sort of ethnicities and nationalities. You can clearly see people coming from many places in the world. And a teacher walks in and says bonjour, and camera spins around, and there's Furtwängler Jr. sitting in the classroom, learning French. And sort of has to learn a new language because learning their old language is a bit traumatic. And there's there's a bit of a forlorn look on their face, and a an amulet around their neck, and which is made from some sort of old spoon.
I think that I would like to focus in on Rain Coda, and I think Coda's experience working with Hoffman, they sort of becoming aware of it of the post-human change. They develop a theory of the anomaly as a thing that subtracts and adds depending on intangible qualities of the thing that it depending on on intangible qualities of the thing it comes in contact with, and I think we focus in. I think their research ultimately identifies some key qualities which predict additional subtraction, and they present these findings secretly to I think to a government official. I'm going to say no particular government, but there has been there is now, I think, a way of predicting which effect that the anomaly produces.
Okay.
I have an idea as well. I think we see, that clearing, that glade in the forest. We see it through the screen of one of Hoffman's iPads. We see it in a video thing as an image is taken. A little while later, we see this image being uploaded and then converted into a QR code. We see some people dressed in with these black branches sharing the QR code on Twitter. Hold on, I'll be right back.
No worries.
Oh no, they're calling! They found out about us.
We've been caught. We know too much.
It's been nice knowing you.
The Knights of Environmental Protection are coming.
Damn.
I'm here.
Welcome back. That was fucked. Okay. Who
Timing
else
on
has
that
it?
was quite eerie.
And I think it's shared with sort of like a clickbaity title of what really happened in Schwarzwald or something like that. Mm-hmm.
Oh. Okay. Who else has? Who hasn't yet had a thing to say?
I think we've all gone.
Yeah.
Oh, I do believe that in that case, that was Anomaly. Maybe not an entirely traditional Anomaly, but still pretty fun, at least to me. I'd like to first off just thank everyone, especially for being patient while I dealt with technological fuck ups and schedule things. You have all been very kind and very nice. I was honestly worried that we'd just kind of like sputter out in the beginning and then dawdle on, but we had a actually very strong start and an even stronger continuation of that. And for that, I also very much appreciate it. I'm just gonna say before I hand it off to everyone else. Like I said, we all said you can donate to Black and Pink National. Obviously, whether you are living inside the states or not, I don't think any of us are. But it's still important, and I'm sure there are also similar organizations, movements in your respective countries, and it's always important to help out the most vulnerable, the ones who get the least support from our capitalist states. I don't really have a lot of things to say other than obviously thankfulness to everyone. Very great players, very great community, and I hope you all keep fighting for justice and peace, and for a world in which we don't have to deal with this horrible bullshit anymore. I don't have anything to plug. I am online, but I'm not gonna reveal that information to you. I don't want top secret agents finding out my shit. And does anyone else have anything to plug or anything similar?
I'm a filthy American, just as an FYI.
Oh, I did not realize. Apologies. I just assumed because of the time.
Yep.
You're very early, but yes.
I don't have anything to share.
Enough plugs in the beginning. I'm not going to repeat mine.
No worries.
We should also thank Cindy for being a
Oh
fantastic
yes,
stream host. Yeah.
apologies on my part for that. But yes, obviously thanks to Cindy, thanks to everyone who organized this, to the mods who are modding the chat, even though this time I imagine it's very much the graveyard shift for most people. Yeah, go on. Sorry, I just need to emphasize that. Is that all then on everyone's part?
I think so.
Indeed.
I
I
think
think
so.
so. Yeah.
Thank you all. We have 8 minutes to spare for everyone for the second crew to set up. I hope they have a fun time. Let me check again what they are playing. I do believe we have.
Medusa's Marauders.
Medusa's Marauder!
Oh, I love putting up the Google Doc and everything. Yes, Medusa Marauders. Never played it. Seems fun. I hope they all have fun. I hope they get a lot of donations. I hope. Yeah, that's
Made
all
by
we're hoping for. And everything I wanted to say beforehand. Yeah. So, good morning to those in the Americas, and good afternoon to everyone else, and good evening to some other people. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Tschüss!